Hi, Renuka. How are you? Channelingspiritworld.com. As you will see, that is her link. And she is going to channel Professor Erik. You'll see
Yes.
the link in the description box below. Is what I really meant to say. So I love you, Erik.
Hi, Mom.
I hear you and Renuka have an announcement to make. That's pretty exciting.
Yes, Mom. That's again one more initiative, Mom, for these lectures to be understood in a much more clearer way, wherein we will try to address all the doubts, all the questions and confusions about whatever we have attempted to teach through these lectures.
Okay.
He said, Mom, it'll be an interactive session. Of course, I'll be present, and of course, it will be for free. It will be more like a question and answer session, wherein uh, anyone and everyone who is interested, who believes in what I'm teaching through these lectures about the soul plan theory, are allowed to log in and they can ask and clarify whatever questions or doubts they have. It shouldn't be personal. It should be more about trying to understand the theory better, trying to understand their lessons better, trying to understand their soul plan better, and how to make their life better. He's saying, I would like to hold it on a Sunday, preferably 21st January. But all those who want to attend this event, they just need to go to my website and just register for that event on that website.
Sounds good. Well, is there a way if they want to donate something for energy exchange purposes?
He's saying, Mom, we'll put up a button, but it's completely up to them.
Oh, okay. All right, good. I believe in energy exchange.
Yes. Yes.
So, all right, Professor Erik, what are we going to talk about? I am so thirsty.
So he's saying, Mom, today I'm going to start a series where I'm going to start teaching at least the basics of psychic mediumship. You think I
Oh,
know there are, yeah, he's writing mediumship class. He's writing that in bold letters on the board. He's in his regular classroom setting and he's writing, but he's dressed in his casual clothes. He's not dressed formally today. He's quite chill today, but he's saying, Mom, today I want to teach something new, something interesting. And I know there are many of our viewers, who would love to develop their abilities, who know they
that
have a
is.
certain,
I
yeah,
see it all. So many people are asking about that.
and he's saying not many know, but I am teaching mediumship, but these are not general group classes. These are very individualized sessions where Eric is teaching them and helping them get better with their psychic abilities one after another. And these are very subjective according to individual needs. He's saying, because Mom, everyone is born with these abilities. Now, how much of these abilities are developed at what level? It's very subjective according to every individual, and hence I don't like group settings. I like one-on-one.
Makes sense.
And yeah, and these sessions are very interesting, and he's teaching mediumship in a very refined, in a very resourceful way, where he himself is available for them to practice with him, all their abilities, once he teaches them how to operate and how to use those abilities. So those sessions are quite individualized. But he's saying, but Mom, I want to start teaching through these lectures, at least how much ever I can, from the basics. He's saying the advance, of course, depends on the individual abilities, but basics I can always give them a base to start practicing with these techniques, so that they can develop their individual psychic abilities. And of course, once they think they are confident enough and the abilities are developing within them and they are experiencing stuff, they can always sit with me for personal individualized sessions and take it forward. But
Okay.
I would definitely like to start teaching at least the basic stuff through these lectures. You think, Mom?
And that's in your website as well, right? The
Yes, yes,
classes. Okay, good.
yes, yes. So he's saying, today he's again writing on the board how to develop clairvoyance.
Oh,
Uh, And yeah, he's saying, so, normally what he does is he helps you right from the basics, how to develop your intuition, how to practice your intuition, how to strengthen your intuition, and then how to go to clairsentience, clairvoyance, clairaudience. But today he's writing clairvoyance. He's saying, because he's saying, I'll teach the basics and I don't want to go into intuition right now. But clairvoyance is something that everybody has to a certain level, to a certain extent, developed within them. And he's going to teach very basic techniques today, which viewers can follow on their own. And once they feel they have reached a good enough level, of course, they can sit for advanced sessions. And he said, Mom, I'll teach all sorts of psychic abilities, the basics of all abilities through these lectures. He's saying, why basics and why not advanced? Because, like I said, when anyone who is practicing these techniques seriously, it will be very subjective, the kind of time they will need to develop it and how much they have developed it. But these are the basics and they can use it. To develop further from there on, I would need individualized sessions, because I really need to understand which level they have reached, how much the techniques have helped them, and further on, which techniques will help them to move further from that point. So you think, but these basics are always game changers. They really give you a lot of confidence. They really cleans the chakras which we need, which we'll use to operate on these psychic abilities. Anything that's what I'm going to teach. So I'll attempt to teach clairvoyance, all the clairs. I'll attempt to teach intuition, how to strengthen your intuition. And then from there on, we'll see how much response we are getting, how much other viewers interested, and then I'll try and teach more on the same level. Clairvoyance, you think, Mom, clairs are basically senses which you will know and use in the spirit world. Just like we have physical senses and we operate through these physical senses in the physical world, clairs are the senses through which we operate, which y'all will operate in the spirit world in order to perceive and sense spirit.
Okay.
So he's saying, Mom, it works so much in a similar way. If you could just understand how physical senses work, it's very much similar. It's just that physical senses are more physical and clairs are more energy.
Right.
Where a lot of your chakras and the way your chakra system is working and the way your astral body is working, how much strong it is, how are the vibrations of your soul energy, of your astral body, all of those things work. But it's almost the same. So if we are connected to our physical senses, if we understand how physical senses work, how we operate through our physical senses in the physical world, we also have clairs, the senses through which we can operate in the spirit world, even though we are still in the body. So I think we just need to understand the balance and the difference between them. This is physical, this is energy, this is subtle. So he's saying, like I said, Mom, everybody has a certain level developed within them already. Now the trick is to understand the level which we already imbibe within us, and then how to start working from that level on to achieve certain progress in those abilities. And he's saying, Mom, why I'm saying clairvoyance? Because for human perception, Mom, if they are able to see,
I know, seeing is believing. I know, right.
It gives them more faith. I could have taught clairaudience, but hearing does not do it with humans. Seeing really makes them believe. That's how humans.
Because they think, well, that's me, my voice in my head.
Yes,
whereas when you see something, you're not seeing. Well, I mean, some people see with the third eye. Obviously, that's what
he's laughing. And he's saying, Mom, it doesn't make sense, because every sense is important, every clair is important, every physical sense is important. But that's how human mind operates. When you see it, they believe it more. That's why I'm starting with clairvoyance. And Mom, if you have one clair which is developed up to a suitable, decent limit, it gets very easy to develop other clairs. Because he thinks just like with our physical senses, if you're able to see, and if you're not able to hear, it's still easy to perceive the communication coming towards you.
Yeah, that's true.
So one physical sense always supports the other physical sense, and if the other physical sense is not working so well, one physical sense is also enough to sort of operate and try and understand audibly also what is coming through the communication source. So you see, Mom, exactly in the spirit world with your clairs, if one clair is developed, that clair is going to support you to develop the other clair. So the first clair to develop is always difficult, but if you have developed that, the rest of it becomes really, really easy. And like I said, humans are much more, connected to their sense of seeing, sight.
Yeah.
That's why we'll work on clairvoyance, because once they start seeing visions, once they start seeing energy, it's easier for them to start trusting. The mind opens up and the mind is more trusting, and then to develop other clairs like clairaudience, clairsentience, all of this becomes easier. So
Right.
this is how he's teaching through individual sessions also. And it's very interesting because at the end of the day, what I have seen in these sessions is it's how much you trust. More you trust, more you will be able to operate with these clairs. And if your mind is putting doubts and confusions, automatically, the effectiveness of these clairs, they just drop because
Yeah.
it's through the mind. He's saying, "Mom, all of these senses are through the mind."
Yeah, you almost have to assume what you're perceiving is truth.
Yes.
And just like fake it till you make it. It's like just assume.
Yes. He's saying yes, he's like putting a huge cross on the board. He's saying, "Mom, you said it." That's what I was attempting to explain, that, you have to fake it till you make it, because you have to tell your mind that you're believing that your clairs are working.
Right.
And for your mind to believe that, you really have to tell it that, yes, you are believing you're seen. You are believing you heard this. You are believing you got this message. You are believing your intuition is strong. And even if it's wrong for first few times, it doesn't matter, because once the mind starts believing, the clairs get really activated. And then the spirit is always present around, to give you those hints, those guidance, the healing. Yeah. Everything is available, Mom. We are always around. We just are waiting for your mind to open up and start believing. So he's saying, believe. So he's saying clairvoyance. To develop your clairvoyance, it's very important you first get awareness of your physical senses. So when you're using your physical senses, it's more of your physical organs. But when you're using your clairs, it's more of your mind, because all the clairs operate and work through the mind.
Right.
So how balanced your mind is, how much is your mind in the present moment, how stable your mind is, how much your mind is believing, all of these factors, come together to, help you operate that clair. And then to develop it and to achieve a sort of expertise in that, it's all about practice then.
Okay.
But the initial few steps are all about the mind.
Okay.
Once the mind has believed, once the mind starts seeing, after that it's only practice, and you will be an expert, at least with that clair. And once you're an expert with one clair, the other clair follows very easily.
Yeah.
It's like a short cakewalk, he's saying. And he's saying, Mom, so the trick always in the beginning to develop any clair is to make the mind believe. Now, if you want to make the mind believe, you really have to get in touch with the mind first. Your mind should be open to you. You should be able to communicate with your mind. And if you want to communicate
are you saying, when you say mind, are you talking about the higher self? Or
no, so he's saying mind is everything mental and intellectual.
Okay, got it.
So he's saying, Mom, once you leave your body, it's just soul and energy.
Right.
Now, once you're out of the body, the soul has all the memories, all the prejudices, all the experiences, all the impressions and sanskaras stored in it. Now, all of these collectively is what we call the mind. It's just that when the soul enters the body, the mind comes into the picture or comes into the play much more strongly.
Okay.
So everything, the thoughts, the experiences, the memories, the prejudices, everything on the mental level becomes the mind. Okay. The soul is the energy, the life force is the energy, and this part is what we call the mind. But when the mind comes with the body, it's a package.
Right.
So when the soul leaves the body, it is holding on to the memory part, it is holding on to the impression part, but it is much more subtler and it's not operating so much strongly as this mental part was operating when the soul is inhabiting the body.
Right.
Because essentially when you take on the body, you're operating more through the mind, not through the soul energy.
Right.
And that's the point of taking the body, he's saying. So he's saying, Mom, those mental things, you just add those mental things and what we have is what we call the mind.
Okay, I got it. So how do we, what's the first step to developing our clairvoyance?
Yeah. So you think that's what I was talking about, Mom. It's all about the mind.
Okay.
And clairs, you're operating through your mind. It's not like the physical senses. We are operating through the physical organs, like your ears should be healthy, your eyes should be healthy. It's not like that. These are the clairs and these are the senses of the spirit world. These are subtler senses. So they will always operate through the mind, because the mind is the subtler entity comprising of all the mental stuff. So he's saying, how much are you connected with your mind? How much are you able to regulate your mind? How well you can communicate with your mind?
Yeah.
Because you really need to communicate to your mind and tell your mind you can see spirit, you can perceive spirit. Spirit is communicating. Spirit is talking to you.
Okay.
Are you able to communicate that to your mind? Is your mind listening to you? Does your mind believe? Does your mind start trusting and believing whatever you're feeding into it? All of these things come into the play. And any techniques and any practices that he suggests in his sessions are all initially, at least, are directed towards these efforts. So you think, stabilize all the techniques and practices which will help you stabilize the mind, which will help your mind remain in the present moment and not jump around, which will help your mind remain positive, which will help your mind believe what you're saying. All those techniques and practices help in developing your clairs. But for clairvoyance, I'm going to give today 3 very basic techniques and processes which I want our viewers to practice them at least for 40 days. And if I see enough requests and if I see enough confidence after these processes, of course, I'll teach the second advanced level also through these lectures. But these 3 processes that I'm giving, now they can be practiced in a combined way, or they can be practiced individually. So one process you can practice for 40 days, the second process then you can practice for 40 days, third, so on and so forth, or they can practice all the 3 processes for 40 days all together, one after the other. I think
it depends on the person, I guess.
Yes, it's up to them. It's their choice. If they are disciplined enough, they can practice all 3 together, and yes, it speeds up the process. But practicing each one of them for 40 days is also very good, because so much more you are connecting and communicating with the mind. It is helping the mind so much more.
Okay.
So it's a personal preference, he's saying. The first thing he's saying is, Mom, because it's all about the mind, of course, the first has to be meditation. It has to be being with the breath. And he's saying in this process, why am I saying meditation? How does meditation help? It's very important. We believe why we are practicing a certain technique and how it is going to help us to our ultimate goal of clairvoyance is, when you're meditating, when you're connecting with your mind gets so much stable that you're so much aware of your physical senses. You get in touch with your physical senses. Your physical senses are optimized, because he's saying it's so much of the times when the mind is here and there, the consciousness is jumping everywhere, our senses are not operating at 100% potential. He's saying, Mom, have you seen you are lost deep in thought and someone comes and places their hand and you don't even realize that, there is a physical touch happening. So many times we are thinking and all the senses, they are not working so strongly, like they are not working in their optimum capacity, and someone is calling you and that person is right there, but you're so much lost in your thought, you don't hear your name being called. The senses are, he's saying, because the mind.
So you're saying the first step is to meditate and maybe just do some breath work, but become aware of all your senses, what you're hearing, your body reactions to things, everything, right? My legs, pressure on the seat.
Yes. Because what you're essentially doing by all of these things, whatever you said right now, is getting in touch with your physical senses. And you think why I'm asking to get in touch with the physical senses, because through the physical senses, once the physical senses are strong and you're aware of them, only then you can reach your subtler senses. You can't reach the subtler senses directly, because essentially you're in the body. You have to cross the barrier of the body. But to cross the barrier of the body, you have to get in touch with the body. You have to get in touch with the physical senses, and through them go to the subtler senses. So when you're meditating, when your mind is present, your awareness of your physical senses is so strong that while you continue to meditate, at one point you bypass those physical senses and the subtler senses get activated. So that's
I'm aware of my smell, what smells are around me, the taste in my mouth, all that. That's what you're saying. Really concentrate on those.
Yes.
And so.
Because so many times we are not even in touch with our physical senses. They are
I
not
know.
even
Most of the time I'm not.
Yeah. So to reach the subtler senses becomes that much more difficult. Because if you, by being in the body or not
Makes
so much
sense.
in touch with the body, how will you touch the spirit which resides in the body, and how will you touch the senses of the spirit? So it's
Okay.
important that we do that. At one point while you're meditating, you really surpass the physical senses, you really surpass the body barrier, and you reach the spirit, you reach the energy, and you activate your clairs.
Okay, what's number 2? And then number 3.
Number two, he's saying, Mom, now that we have taken care of the physical senses and the barrier of the body, now we'll work on the chakra. And with clairvoyance, Mom,
Oh,
you know it's third eye, the third eye chakra. He's
yeah,
saying
right.
third eye chakra. So many times he said during the sessions that, oh, this person is clairvoyant, and that person is like, no, but I can't see anything. I don't even remember my dreams. I don't see any visions, nothing. He's saying because your chakra is blocked. You have the
Oh,
clairvoyant ability, you have that sense, it is developed in a good way, but because we don't take care of our chakra system, we don't cleanse them, we don't shield them, we don't activate them, those abilities are just buried, they are just suppressed, and you just don't even know that you have those abilities. So working on the chakras is very important, and where clairvoyance is concerned, working with the third eye chakra, cleansing the chakra, getting in touch with the
how
energy
do you
of the
do that?
chakra. So he's saying, all these processes, Mom, there are levels. There are levels. There are basic levels. Then there are intermediate levels. Then there are advanced
Okay.
levels. Right now, I'm teaching just the basic, which will help you cleanse your chakra, which will help you get
Okay.
in touch with the chakra. And more you keep cleansing that chakra will open up and get activated. And then we can go towards the advanced technique. So you think this is no, this is an Indian tradition. It's an Indian spiritual practice which I've been following from years, and it was given to me by Erik only. And in India we call it tratak, where we keep a natural flame. It can be a candle or a tea
Oh,
light or anything, but it should be on your third eye level.
oh, yes, yes, that's right. I think we talked about that a long time ago, but yeah, all right. And just,
And
and then,
and just focus on that third eye. So it is a form of meditation, but when you do it with an intention of getting in touch with your third eye chakra, and your focus while you're staring and gazing in the flame, your focus should be completely on the third eye region. So this
okay.
is the nuance which we have not spoken about before, because here the intention changes. It is a meditation, but we are doing it to get in touch with the third eye chakra energy, to cleanse it so that the chakra gets activated.
Wait, I want to know. So your eye level, is it
Yeah.
supposed to be at your third eye level or your eye level? The
Your
flame.
physical eye level, because
So
you
you're
have to, yeah, because you have to gaze in the flame, in the natural flame. He's saying, oh, now the essence of this meditation, why it helps and how it helps. Because he's saying, if you have to be disciplined about a practice, you really should be convinced why and how this practice is going to help you. That's why I'll always explain the logics why we are doing this. So meditation, he explained. This this is candle gazing, basically, if you know it in Western, but in India we call it trata because it has a huge spiritual significance, because our soul also resides on our third eye point. So those
how
who
do you
want to
spell
know,
that word?
tratak, it's Tratak, tratak,
Okay.
Tratak. It's a Sanskrit word.
Okay, okay. Got it.
It's more a name of this meditation. So he's saying, why, Mom, why candle flame? Because fire is the most strongest, purest energy, closest to God energy in our physical. When you connect with fire, which is the most pure energy, closest to God energy, when you're connecting with it, your soul comes alive within you, basically.
Unless
And when
you're torched to the stake, then
yeah, yeah,
and that maybe not. No,
yeah.
so you're how do you're looking at the flame with your physical eye. How do
Yes.
you do that at the same time of concentrating on your third eye?
So you have placed the candle or the tea light at your physical eye level. Now, why are we saying at the physical eye level? Because you really don't want to get uncomfortable with your spine, because we
Yeah,
can't shift our gaze.
right,
So
right.
if you have to focus from 5 to 10 minutes in that flame, we really have to be comfortable with our spine. That is why it should be at the physical
Yeah.
eye level. And we are gazing at the flame through the physical eyes, but while gazing at the flame, our attention is here. So your mind is
Oh,
looking
I
into
see. You're mentally applying attention to the third
I
eye.
say, Mom, why are we doing that? Because although the physical eye is gazing in the flame, while focusing your attention on the third eye, you're directing the energy of the flame to the third eye chakra.
Ah, okay.
And when because the energy flows where the attention goes.
Yeah.
So you're connecting with the energy. Yeah. So you're connecting with the flame energy, but you're directing that energy by putting your focus and attention on the third eye. So that way, that energy is entering your third eye chakra and cleansing the blocks, cleansing the heaviness, and balancing the energy, which will help that chakra get activated.
Okay.
He's saying, Mom, all of these practices have to be followed for 40 days. Now, I'm not saying 40 days will be enough for everyone to take away all the blocks and cleanse it completely, because it will be so much subjective on how much heavy the blocks are, how much imbalanced your chakra is. It's possible that within 3 days, someone, gets someone's third eye chakra gets activated and someone is not able to do it in 40 days. Also, it's all very subjective.
Right.
But what will help you understand whether the second technique has worked or not when we go to the third technique. Like, it will tell you whether these two techniques have worked for you or not. So the third technique is praying to your guides to be present. And he's saying this should be done at one time every day. So it should be every day, 8 in the morning or 7 in the night, but it should be one time, because you're calling on to your guides, and your guides should know at what time they are expected to, be present and do their job. And it's sort of respecting their energies and their presence around us. So, and it also helps with the mind. When you're following one time every day, the mind gets really disciplined to do that one particular thing every day at that same time. So he's saying, third thing is, one particular time every day you will pray to your guides to come and to be present around you, and that you will close your eyes, you will make sure that you're meditating, your mind will be in the present moment, and to give you images and visions on your third eye.
Oh, okay.
And then you will go back to that first technique of meditating, just being with the breath, just being, keeping your mind in the present moment, all your senses in the present moment. Saying, Mom, see all the senses in the present moment. Your physical consciousness is present, which activates your soul energy. And that's when the guides can get in touch with your soul energy. Your third eye is cleansed, and they just put and imbibe an image on your third eye. And because your mind is stable, it's clean, it's constant, it's just there silent, that image that they're imbibing on your third eye, it's easier to come to your mind, and through your mind, through your clairvoyance, it just presents the vision or whatever they are trying to give you. He's saying, Mom, it's a process, it's a technique, and we know how it works because we are giving you that vision and we are telling you these are the blocks, just clear the blocks and it will come to you. It's as simple, it's not difficult. It's just that we need discipline because the mind is involved.
Well, I can't wait to get started on these exercises. That is so cool.
So he's saying, you will meditate, you already have the practice, you have gotten the mind strung up with you, then you're gazing in the flame. And he's saying, Mom, while gazing in the flame, you have to understand that you can't shift your gaze. You can blink. He's saying, I'm repeating, you can blink, but you can't shift your gaze.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because the energy is constantly entering your physical eye, and then it's entering your third eye chakra. It's constantly happening. And it's important that it happens constantly. There is no break in that energy flow.
Right.
And the timing to gaze into the flame should not be more than 10 minutes and should not be less than 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 to 10. Okay.
Yeah, 5 to 10 minutes. And he's saying they can't be, gazing in the phone or gazing in their clock for the time. So they have to keep a timer so that they are not worried about how much.
Yeah, good idea.
The focus has to be on the flame. And if you're able to meditate while you're focusing and gazing on the flame, all the more better, because you're gazing in the flame and then you're thinking something else, your mind is jumping, again, the energy is getting disturbed. It's not reaching the third eye chakra.
That's going to take some practice for me.
But it's anything, Mom, gazing into the flame has got so many, it's an Indian tradition, but gazing into the flame has so many advantages, so many benefits. It really fills you with a lot of energy because you are connecting with the most purest energy available in your physical world. It has to give you good results only. I think I'm going to explain a beautiful meditation and future where the candle flame is concerned. But right now we are talking about clairvoyance, and it really cleanses your chakras. It really balances your third eye chakra. It's sort of directing that energy. And this is something you can use to cleanse and balance all your chakras. So you're focusing on the flame, but your attention is on your throat chakra.
Okay.
And the energy is going there. And mom, this is the most natural energy. And when the energy is being directed to the chakra will only benefit. It will only cleanse the chakra. It will balance the energy. It will energize the chakra. It will shield the chakra. So you saying, mom, these kind of techniques, there are many techniques which really help you heal yourself, connect with different energetic bodies within you. And I'm going to teach one by one. But this is the most basic where I can teach clairvoyance with. And if I see enough response and enough attention to these techniques and practices, obviously I'll come up with the advanced techniques also. And I'm definitely going to teach techniques related to clairaudience, intuition, sentience, and telepathy also. So you think I have lots in my goodie bag. So he's
That is
pretty
so
much
fascinating. Can you do the flame technique to open up all your chakras just by
yes.
concentrating on that? Okay, what about if you have like something that needs to be healed, like a sprained ankle? Can you use the flame technique and
He's
concentrate
saying,
on
Mom,
your?
in that case, he's saying, Mom, in that case, I would love for you to work with the archangels and invite them because there the healing will be much more stronger because they're
Oh,
using their high power energy. And this way, you're just using the flame energy, and that too depends on how
okay.
much stable your mind is. So he's
Yeah.
saying, for that, he's saying, I'm going to explain one self healing meditation with the angels very soon because it's highly effective and anyone and everyone can use that.
Because
He's
that would
going to
be
teach.
fun to if you could teach us how to heal ourselves or others. That
Oh,
could be a
he's
cool class.
mom. He said, Mom, I have 1,000 self-healing meditations and practices, and you will see results instantly. And yes, we'll do that.
All
He's
right, good.
writing.
Sounds awesome. Y'all put in the comments if you're excited about this and if you want to learn how to heal yourself
Yeah.
and others through various
Yeah. He
techniques.
really wants to see them excited. He really wants to see them practicing these for him to teach the advanced ones because there's no point teaching advanced if the basics are not being followed, you know.
That's right. All right. Get to practice, people. And you guys
Yeah.
check out Renuka. Anything else you want to say?
The January announcement, the 21st January meet and
21st
greet.
of January. Yes, sign up, guys. And I love you, Erik. I love you, Renuka. You guys subscribe so you don't miss another one of Professor Erik's awesome lessons. There will be a pop quiz. I'm kidding.
Yes.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.